In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 NBA games happening on October 25th, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Detroit Pistons versus Washington Wizards. The Detroit Pistons will head to the Capital One Arena on Tuesday night to take on the Washington Wizards in an Eastern Conference matchup. The Pistons are coming off of a 124-115 road loss on Saturday against the Indiana Pacers, while the Wizards lost their first game of the year on the road in overtime against the Cleveland Cavaliers 117-107 on Sunday. The Detroit Pistons will be hoping to snap a 2-game skid after getting stopped by the Pacers in a 124-115 road loss on Saturday. Cade Cunningham led the team with 22 points. Saddiq Bey added 20 points with 11 rebounds and 3 assists, while Jaden Ivey chipped in with 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. As a team, the Pistons shot just 38% from the field and 18 of 42 from the three-point line as they jumped out of the gates to an early 14-point lead after pouring in 35 points in the first quarter, but they couldn't maintain that pace and faded away in the third quarter, where they lead 36 points. Isaiah Stewart shot just 2 of 10 from the field, while no bench player scored more than 10 points. The Detroit Pistons are averaging 111 points on 41.6% shooting and allowing 121 points on 48.2% shooting. The Detroit Pistons are shooting 35.3% from beyond the arc and 70.9% from the free throw line. The Detroit Pistons are allowing 39.1% shooting from deep and are grabbing 47.7 rebounds per game. Meanwhile, the Washington Wizards have been in decent shape so far, as they were on a 2-game win streak before running into the new-look Cavaliers in a 117-107 overtime loss on Sunday. Bradley Beal led the team with 27 points and 5 assists on 11 of 16 shooting. Kristaps Porzingis added 18 points with 11 rebounds and 3 assists, while Rui Hachimura chipped in with 16 points off the bench. As a team, the Wizards shot 49% from the field and 12 of 28 from the three-point line as they closed the final 2:57 of the fourth quarter on an 11-4 run to force overtime. But that's where they went ice cold, as they scored just 4 points in overtime to allow the Cavaliers to slip away in the end. The Washington Wizards are averaging 108 points on 48.6% shooting and allowing 108 points on 41.5% shooting. The Washington Wizards are shooting 38.8% from beyond the arc and 76% from the free throw line. The Washington Wizards are allowing 34.3% shooting from deep and are grabbing 42.3 rebounds per game. The Pistons are 11-3 against the spread in their last 14 road games and 20-8 against the spread in their last 28 games overall. The Wizards are 17-36-1 against the spread in their last 54 Tuesday games and 1-4-1 against the spread in their last 6 games overall. The over is 7-0 in Pistons' last 7 overall. The under is 5-1 in Wizards' last 6 overall. The Pistons are 1-7 against the spread in the last 8 meetings in Washington. We saw some proof of concept with the Pistons in their opener when they beat Orlando. Unfortunately, they have lost their last 2 games and looking to break that losing streak in Washington. Rookie guard Jaden Ivey has been fantastic so far. He is making his shots, and even though he is turning the ball over a little more than is desirable, that is the most important thing, because now you have to guard him on the perimeter, meaning he can use his quickness advantage. Washington won their first couple of games of the season, but lost their most recent game against Cleveland. They are 1-0 at home thanks to a visit from Indiana. So far, guard Bradley Beal is off to a solid start, but not at the level he has been in the past. Wing Kyle Kuzma is off to a strong start, averaging 19 points per game. If the Wizards want to be more competitive, they need a lot more out of big man Kristaps Porzingis. Washington is the favorite at home. That makes sense, but I am not sure that they are the better team, just more experienced. That definitely helps matters, but even though they have lost a couple of games, I like what I am seeing from Detroit so far. I think we are getting the Pistons at a nice price on the road and do not want to miss the opportunity. This is a team they can match up well with. It is still a little too early to move off preseason expectations, so the Detroit Pistons to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Detroit has a perfect 3-0 in overs unders to start the season. I am not the least bit surprised, as getting Bojan Bogdanovic has been a great add, and Ivy has been very efficient scoring the ball this season too. Detroit has a nice inside piece in another rookie, Jalen Duren, but he is not in the game enough to really make a difference defensively for the Pistons yet. Washington is 1-2 in overs unders, but that is not because they have great defense either. They are playing Porzingis in the pivot, and his game is more about trying to outscore opposing big men than holding them in check. Plus, the Pistons rank 4th in the league in tempo and are struggling to get stops. This game should have good flow. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Dallas Mavericks versus New Orleans Pelicans. A pair of Southwest Division rivals take the floor in search of a divisional triumph down in the Big Easy. The Dallas Mavericks are on the road as they make the trip to face the New Orleans Pelicans Tuesday night. Dallas comes in off an easy 137-96 demolition of Memphis at home in their previous contest Saturday night. New Orleans went to the wire but ended up falling 122-121 in overtime to the Jazz at home Sunday night in their most recent game. In the all-time regular season series between the teams, the Mavericks own a 50-24 advantage and took 3 of the 4 meetings a season ago. That included a 125-118 road triumph in the most recent matchup on February 17, 2022. The Dallas Mavericks are averaging 121 points on 48.5% shooting and allowing 101.5 points on 45.1% shooting. Luka Doncic is averaging 33.5 points and 8 assists, while Christian Wood is averaging 25 points and 10 rebounds. Spencer Dinwiddie is the 3rd double-digit scorer, and Tim Hardaway Jr. is grabbing 2 rebounds. The Dallas Mavericks are shooting 41.9% from beyond the arc and 72.9% from the free throw line. The Dallas Mavericks are allowing 30.9% shooting from deep and are grabbing 46 rebounds per game. The New Orleans Pelicans are averaging 125 points on 47.8% shooting and allowing 114 points on 44.7% shooting. CJ McCollum is averaging 23 points and 4.7 rebounds, while Brandon Ingram is averaging 22 points and 5.7 rebounds. Zion Williamson is the 3rd double-digit scorer, and Jonas Valanciunas is grabbing 13 rebounds. The New Orleans Pelicans are shooting 37.3% from beyond the arc and 79.8% from the free throw line. The New Orleans Pelicans are allowing 34.3% shooting from deep and are grabbing 53 rebounds per game. The Mavericks are 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 road games and 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games playing on 2 days rest. The Pelicans are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 home games and 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 games following an against the spread loss. The over is 5-2 in Mavericks' last 7 games playing on 2 days rest. The over is 4-0 in Pelicans' last 4 overall. The Mavericks are 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 meetings in New Orleans and 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings. With the question mark that is Zion Williamson's health, as he went down with a hip injury in the 4th quarter of their last game, it would be extremely shocking to see him on the court, and they already lost Brandon Ingram for this game. Luka Doncic is going to dominate against a depleted New Orleans front court. Also, center Christian Wood is looking extremely solid this season as the best 6th man in the NBA while averaging 10 rebounds per game. The New Orleans Pelicans are intriguing in the underdog role at home given this start, but Ingram has been ruled out with a concussion and Williamson is questionable with a hip injury. The Dallas Mavericks are the far healthier side, and that gives them a clear edge in this spot. With the Pelicans possibly missing 2 of their top 3 players, I have to learn towards the Mavs and the small number. The Dallas Mavericks have the better roster that is healthy right now, so the Dallas Mavericks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Dallas has split their 2 games in relation to the total this season. The Mavericks stayed under the number in their road game, which came against the Suns, as the teams combined for 212 points against a 218.5 point number. Dallas blew past the number at home set as they combined with Memphis for 233 points against a 219.5 point number in that contest. New Orleans has gone over the number in each of their 3 games, posting 238 points against a 232.5 point number in the game with the Nets, 236 against a 226.5 point number with the Hornets, and 243 against a 232 point number with the Jazz this season. With that said, the question marks surrounding Williamson and Ingram could keep the Pelicans a bit grounded offensively. These 2 squads rank in the top 10 in defensive efficiency and neither plays fast. As a result, this game ends up lineup falls short of the number under the projected total as our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.